Right, I'm absolutely livid right now because I've just started off this stream. In fact, I've only been going for a minute, talking about everything I think, and I don't even have my microphone in. That's what happens when you have COVID-19, people. You just lose the plot. So, I'm going to turn this music off before it gets copyrighted. Probably has already. Right, so basically, it is a huge year for The Walking Dead this year in terms of San Diego Comic-Con, because this is the final Walking Dead panel for the original series. The original TV show that aired back in 2010 is officially coming to an end this year, with The Walking Dead's final season, season 11, set to air its final 8 episodes in autumn of this year, probably around October time through to December. But yeah, it's officially the end of an era. So I assume that the major panel of for The Walking Dead this year will be talking about the series finale and the final 8 episodes and what to kind of expect. But I do not think there will be any major announcements in terms of the final 8 episodes. I don't know who you're laughing at. You know, probably going to be not too. I don't think there'll be any spoilers. I don't think they'll up and confirm any returning characters for the series finale. I think there's a possibility that could be leaked returning characters, but at the same time it's still kind of I think nothing will be confirmed at all. I think the only thing that will be confirmed is probably the release date of part 3 and maybe a runtime of how long the final episode's going to be, in case they give it a bit more time than the usual episode. I get the feeling that it'll probably run for 50 minutes to an hour. Most episodes tend to be 45 to 50 minutes. However, I think this one will be just about 10 minutes longer than the usual, because it will have a lot to wrap up on. But yeah, that for the main panel, I think it's just going to be talking about the series finale in itself, and then I think we will get more information on the later series shows that are set to air after it. So, for example, we will probably get some more information on Isle of the Dead, starring Maggie and Negan. Probably an estimated release date. Maybe a bit about what to expect. Any new characters that have been cast. Probably things like that. You know, casting call of new characters. Same with the Daryl spin-off. That's also set to air next year. We'll probably get some more information on Tales of the Dead, or Tales of the Walking Dead, sorry, the anthology series that's set to air, and hopefully, what I'm personally hoping that gets announced is confirmation as to whether or not any of these are going to air on Disney Plus in the UK, because of course we don't actually get access to AMC, which is run by Fox, and obviously Disney owns Fox. So I have been watching these last 8 episodes on Disney Plus, which is something I never really thought I'd do for The Walking Dead. It just felt so absurd to me that Disney and The Walking Dead would ever interact. To be honest, I always thought that HBO Max would probably buy AMC. That way you could have DC and The Walking Dead kind of not so much crossover, but you know, share the same platform. But no, Marvel and The Walking Dead does, so that's weird. But at the same time, it's kind of ironic, because a lot of the Walking Dead actors have gone on to join Marvel, which I think is pretty cool to some degree. But well, no, to a major degree, really. The Walking, I've said this many times. The Walking Dead has some of the best actors on TV. Being truthful with you, I think the actors on The Walking Dead are truly spectacular. So it is really cool to have that that kind of crossover. I just hope that the rest of the shows get added, because I've never actually fully watched Fear the Walking Dead or The Walking Dead World Beyond, and I would love to, because especially The Walking Dead World Beyond, that does have some significant connections to the upcoming Rick Grimes movie trilogy. Obviously Rick is the main character of The Walking Dead, so anything that's going to set up his next story, his next chapter, is integral. And I think for UK viewers who like roughly do not have that kind of access, you know, it's quite important that we get a hold of it, really. So yeah, I hope that we get confirmation as to whether or not the remaining Walking Dead properties will be entering Disney Plus, and probably some news on release dates for Isle of the Dead, Daryl spin-off, probably a name reveal of Daryl spin-off as well. I assume it will have a much different name to the series, just like Isle of the Dead. Probably have Dead inside of it because it's kind of the whole premise at this point. I doubt it'll even be called The Walking Dead. It might take will be en route, and it'll be called The Walking Dead and have a subtitle. But I kind of hope they go along the Isle of the Dead route, because I think that's a sick name. That's a really cool name. Personally, I'd have called the anthology series Tales of the Dead, not Tales of the Walking Dead. I just think it's much cooler than you know. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool, and I hope to God that we see some more. I do predict we will see a lot of announcements based on those series alone. I hope we get Rick Grimes movie news. I think we're going to get a. I'm personally thinking we're going to get a. Either confirmation of when filming will begin, because from what I presume, it's not begun yet. I think it was going to begin before the pandemic, but then COVID hit, and then obviously, you know, everything changed, and that's, you know. Last piece of information I heard from it was that they used the pandemic to make edits to the script to make it as good as it possibly could be, which made me really excited that they're really taking this movie seriously. And also the fact that they've got a trilogy planned also reinforces the significance of this movie, because it is not a TV show, it's a Walking Dead movie, and not just one but three of them. You know, Andrew Lincoln, he is pushing on. I think he's his mid-40s, I believe, or no, 50. I think he's 50. You know, I just hope that these movies are going to work alongside his current caliber, because he, as amazing of an actor as he is, I just hope that he's not pushed too far with this project. You know, because he did end up leaving the show to be with his family. I think he has openly admitted that he regrets leaving the show, which is, you know, it's really understandable. It was such a massive part of his career, so I'm just quite. Oh yeah, this one's cool. You know, it's a huge call to make, to leave such a big show. And I just hope that these movies are a great way of reintroducing Rick Grimes as a character, but also keep it in line with Rick's character, like, because Andrew Lincoln's performance embodied the entire arc of Rick finding a newfound family for the show, which I thought was beautiful, and it really did come full circle with his exit storyline, where he was like, you know, episode 1, I'm looking for my family. Episode, season 9, episode 5, I found them, because, you know, it was always Carl and Laurie, but then it became Judith, Michonne, Daryl, Maggie, Aaron, Glenn, Gabriel, you know, all these other characters. It became them, and that's just what made it so special, really, as a story. And I think that the series really is going to kind of bring that full circle. I don't think we'll be getting too much Rick Grimes movie news until the series ends, so I don't think that'll be until either late 2022 or early 2023, where we get official. This is what's going on. I'm hoping that they start filming the series this year, because if they start filming the series this year, we could get it. The first movie, sorry, the movie. I mean, if we get the first movie filming this year, we could end up seeing that the final movie, or the first movie releases either next year or 2024. I'm hoping it releases next year, because I think we've gone, well, next year marks 5 years since Rick Grimes' exit from the show. I think 5 years without seeing the character is you know, it's quite a long time, and honestly it's around, it's not too far away from the times between seeing Morales in seasons 1 and season 8, because that was about 7 years of a wait. I think it'd be great to, you know, oh, this guy wants to fight. Oh god, I didn't mean to pull out a knife. I'm gonna knock this guy out. You know, this is such a huge storyline for Rick Grimes. I hope that SDCC announces it's just something to do with his return storyline, and because we've had confirmation that he's coming back literally since the day he left. It's just a 5-year-long return storyline being planned. And also I want to know how everything else is going to tie in, because I get the feeling that now The Walking Dead is on a and I guess this serves irony to Marvel and The Walking Dead sharing the same platform with Disney Plus. Oh my god, is he dead or alive? Huh, cool. Yeah. Oh, you know what, let's just so yeah, it's ironic because The Walking Dead and Marvel share the same platform on in the UK, and the reason why I bring that up is because of the fact that I feel like The Walking Dead is going to go down a similar approach to what Marvel is doing, and by everything Marvel releases, it's planting seeds for the next major event. You know, whether it be your Secret Wars or whatever they want it to be, I don't really know. But in relation to The Walking Dead, I feel like we're going to get some kind of CRM related stuff in Isle of the Dead, maybe some Rick Grimes stuff in Daryl's spin-off, maybe a bit more in Fear the Walking Dead if it catches up to the timeline, and also stuff like that. I also get the feeling that with regards to Fear the Walking Dead, I get the feeling that we're going to get the announcement of that series ending. For some reason, I don't think the series will ever run to 11 seasons. I don't. It's a spin-off show. It's not. I don't think it would ever overtake the main show in terms of episode numbers and seasons and stuff like that. I think the series will probably be set to wrap up by either season 8 or season 9. I'm kind of hoping they do season 8, or do season 8 but an extended season like they're doing with The Walking Dead. I just feel like that the Fear the Walking Dead has done more wrapping up than most, and also I think it would be great to finally exit Morgan from Fear the Walking Dead so that we can then eventually have that iconic Rick and Morgan reunion, because I think that is well along the way now. Oh, he's fell off. It is about time that Rick and Morgan finally reunite, especially because they were the original. They were the first two to meet. They were the first two to interact. Morgan was the first survivor Rick met in the apocalypse, so I think it'd be really symbolic if Morgan is the first survivor that Rick meets in the movies. Although I don't think that will happen. I think the first movie is going to take place a couple months after Rick's exit from the show, so we'll probably see him have his hair grown out a little bit, his beard quite long. If anything, it'll probably look like how he did in his dream sequence. no, in Carl's dream sequence, where Rick looked like his comic book counterpart, the huge beard, the short hair, old man Rick in a way. I feel like we'll get that eventually. I hope that we see Rick with a longer beard, because for some reason whenever he has a longer beard he just tends to be a bit more badass. Besides season 5 when he shaved it and he was still quite savage, which to be fair that was just Rick Grimes' character development at that point. But when Rick grows the beard back and the longer his beard gets, the more savage he becomes. Season 9 kind of ended that tradition by making him more benevolent and more of a a human rights activist more than anything, which I loved. I loved that growth and development for it. It took losing his son to do it, but it happened anyway. So I feel like that we're going to see Rick's savage side return, and I hope that that kind of gets established at SDCC, just to kind of tease what kind of mind frame Rick Grimes is at the moment, bearing in mind that he's just kind of had this euphoric revelation that whilst he thought he was looking for his family, the truth is he actually had his family with him the whole time, which kind of really does reinforce the theme of family and union in The Walking Dead. It's such a huge theme. I wonder how berserk we're going to see Rick go to kind of put that together. Or now this is the thing I think will be more likely to be announced at SDCC. I think that they're going to tease that although Rick's psychotic traits will resurface, I think the character development we see in season 9 will still stand. So instead of him wanting just to kill everyone in his path, we'll see Rick be quite savage in terms of what he does to people. Because Rick never lost his bottle. He never lost his spark. Oh, okay. I'm gonna help this guy out. Hey. There you go. Yeah. Also, just for fun, I'm gonna blow up every... There you go. I love doing that. It's just oddly, like, really funny. Sadistic, I know, but... Yeah, it's just, I think with Rick Grimes' character development, the one thing we will not see is, or one thing that will not be announced is probably the specifics on when we'll get a release date. I think we'll get, if anything, we'll get confirmation that it's happening, and maybe, with a bit of luck, a CGI promotion thing. Kind of what we got in 2019 with the Rick Grimes movie teaser, the whole Rick Grimes Returns thing, only in theatres, and I think Universal Studios producing this movie. I think I can't really remember. Oh god, I can't remember who's producing it. I think we'll get more information on that. Hopefully we get a cast and director's announcement. I'm hoping that Greg Nicotero will be the director of the movie, because he is obviously a classic Walking Dead director. I think that he will be best for the job. Hopefully we get an announcement that some cast members will be joining. I'm hoping that we get to see some returning cast members as well, because of course it's not just Rick Grimes going to be in this movie. I'm hoping we see, even if it's just in flashback sequences or whatever they have planned for the movie, I hope we get the confirmation that Sarah Wayne Callis, I butchered that bit of her name, I'm so sorry, and Chandler Riggs sign up for it. I think it'd be really good to kind of see that internal conflict within Rick, whether or not he just accepts life as he knows it, and you know, believes in going to be with Rick, Laurie and Carl, which obviously gives a really bad sign that he's in a bad mental state of mind. Also then, hang on, I've got Karen fighting for Michonne and Judith. I think it'd be nice to have that clear. You know, and I think it'd be really nice as well to have flashbacks. I'm hoping that the budget will be much higher for this movie, so that we can de-age Andrew Lincoln. We can, you know, bring in a kid actor to play a young Carl, or you know, I'm hoping the budget's good, because in that way we can get to know a bit more about Rick Grimes' past. I've always envisioned the idea of scenes of Rick and Shane in high school, Rick's meeting and getting to know Laurie. Shane is off doing whatever he's doing, exploring both of their backstory. Because the thing is, we have three movies. We have three movies to kind of get to not only reintroduce past characters, but give a bit more insight into the lives they've lived before the apocalypse began. And that's what I kind of hope we get for. Oh my god. That's what I really hope we get with these movies, and especially if it gets announced. I think it'd be really nice to have a big surprise, and just something that isn't being leaked at the moment. That's my main problem with the Walking Dead panels at the moment. The last two in-person Walking Dead panels we got, the major announcement was already leaked, and I'm looking specifically at seasons 9 and 10. Obviously season 9, the 2018 panel, was the big announcement that Andrew Lincoln was leaving The Walking Dead. The season 10 panel in 2019 was the big announcement that Denai Guerra, I think Denai Guerra was leaving The Walking Dead. Like, those two massive exits were already announced, or were already leaked prior. So I'm hoping that nothing significant is leaked at the moment. I've not been paying attention to any leaks, because I don't want the finale of this series being spoiled for me. I predict that we'll probably see. We will probably get an announcement of whether or not Fear the Walking Dead is ending, although there's not been any major leaks about that, I don't think. We'll probably get confirmation of cast announcements more than anything. Cast announcements, director announcements. I think it would be nice to start getting some other creative talent on the production side of these shows. I'm not saying get Kevin Feige or bloody whatever, you know, Kathleen Kennedy, Jon Favreau. I'm not saying get them all on board, because, you know, if in doubt, just call up Jon Favreau and he'll be there to save the day. But I'm thinking, like, maybe hopefully we get, you know, cast members, or, you know, not cast members, but directors who worked on Breaking Bad, or directors that work on Game of Thrones, or writers that worked on Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones, or, you know, especially Stranger Things as well. I think it'd be so good to have. Just do not get any of the Riverdale writers involved in any of the things The Walking Dead gets up to. Jesus Christ, I'd actually have a. Oh my god, I'd have a mini breakdown if that happened. But yeah, The Walking Dead is up for a huge year this year, or huge rest of 2022 this year, because this year alone we've seen the ending of The Walking Dead World Beyond. We've seen the next part of The Walking Dead's ending. We've seen the confirmation of Isle of the Dead. We've got some crazy things. We've got Tales of the Walking Dead set to air. We did get the announcement of Melissa McBride's exit. I do think that she will probably drop a statement on that as to why she's not partaking in the show, but I think she will leave it open-ended. so that Carol could maybe one day show up. I personally think it will not be a long-running series at all. I think if anything, we will probably see one season, no, 2 seasons, 3 at max, and this will basically be this part of the story before we see Daryl interact with Rick Grimes. Now this is the thing. I believe that The Walking Dead is doing what they're doing for a reason. I believe they're not doing anything with the movies at the moment because the show's going on. I believe they're not doing anything significant with, with regards to casting announcements and stuff like that whilst the show's going on, because of the fact that they want the movies to air after the series does. I think it's classic. It's classic. Breaking Bad did it with the El Camino story. Other TV shows, I believe, have done it as well. It's not a bad idea, to be fair. It's really not a bad idea at all. We've seen TV shows eventually go off and do movies before, and I think that The Walking Dead's doing it at this point. I think The Walking Dead had a rough idea of when it was going to end around the time of Rick Grimes' exit. Obviously the comic books hadn't finished yet, so there's still that, we don't know when, but we have an idea of when situation where they're like, okay, so the comic books have just finished, we've still got a bit we can do, however we're going to start planting the seeds to do our own stuff, because of course the CRM is completely original territory. The CRM is not their answer to the Commonwealth, because they're doing the Commonwealth. I kind of assumed that they weren't going to bother doing the Commonwealth because they were going to do the CRM, and turns out they're two separate entities, probably going to have some form of relation to each other, which is why I think probably at SDCC we are going to get a teaser for we're going to get a teaser as to a big revelation in part 3. That's what I personally think. I think with regards to part 3, I think I said this in my stream the other day, the major scene of part 3 is the revelation that Rick Grimes is alive, whether that be through a big plot twist that Lance knows, or Judith confesses what she learned from Michonne, or whatever it may be. I think we're going to get a penultimate scene where everyone, where they find out that Rick Grimes is alive, and that drives the spin-offs forward, because I believe that both Maggie and Negan and Daryl are all going off on their own separate ways to discover more about the CRM, or where Rick's whereabouts are if he doesn't return. If Rick does come back, then I think that those spin-offs are going to have their own separate direction. However, they could play about with time. The Walking Dead does like to do that. They play around with time a lot. They did the big massive time jump. I think we could get an announcement that we are set to have another time jump, because of course The Walking Dead did announce that in season 9 when we had the big time jump from season 8 to the year and a half with season 8, and then obviously the big 6-year time jump. Yeah, it was 6 years that came through later on. And yeah, I think it's quite mad. Sorry about that. Where else do I need to go? Right, I think I want to talk a bit about the Riverdale. I didn't plan on it, but whilst it came into my mind, I do want to talk a bit about the Riverdale finale. So I'm just going to make an edit on the stream name, and I'm just going to retitle it so that it's The Walking Dead and Riverdale, because I do want to talk about the Riverdale finale. Haven't yet started watching season 6, and I really can't be bothered. But at the same time, I think I'm going to. Imagine me reporting my own video. That'd be interesting. I think I'm going to. Where do I? I'm gonna see if I go on YouTube Studios and just try and rename it, because I do want to talk a bit about Riverdale as well, as it is a show I spent a lot of time watching and investing in, and it is also comic book related, so it is going to show up at SDCC. Content. I should have my analytics for this stream at the moment live. Right, not got anything on at the moment. Playlists, comments. I can't seem to find it. I'll just talk about it anyway. I'll try and edit it. Edit the title here. Yeah, I'll just do it here. It's all right. Yeah. Wait, what? I'm still streaming. Okay. Okay, I can't edit the title. That's really advanced settings. What about that? No. Microphone and gameplay. Microphone audio and gameplay. Only microphone audio being casted. Audio sharing settings. Comments. No comments. This is annoying. This is really annoying. Okay. I'm just going to talk about Riverdale anyway, because I'd like to. It's a show I did spend a lot of time investing in. I made a few videos on it, and I did talk about the fact that it's ending. I hate the direction season 6 has gone in. I haven't watched it, but I have been keeping up with it through clips and stuff. I hate the direction. Probably going to hate watching season 6, but I am going to watch it, because you know the series is coming to a close, and I want to be there for that, just as I was for The Walking Dead. And I am for The Walking Dead. You know, I did give a lot of time on this show, so I think it'd be kind of stupid if I didn't watch it and saw it come to an end. I hope that for Riverdale, again, whee! Oh my god! Oof, that was brutal. I hope for Riverdale that, you know, we get confirmation of whatever they have next in the works. I don't think we'll be doing spin-offs. I kind of hope they don't do spin-offs, to be honest. I don't think I'd be bothered watching a spin-off based on Jughead Jones. Or actually no, Jughead I would, but I don't know. I just don't think we'll be getting one. I think we're past. I think we're past Riverdale. I think it's ready to just come to an end. The Walking Dead is expanding, which is why I feel like the show's ending, because I want to expand it in different ways. Yeah. I honestly, I wanted to change it to The Walking Dead and Riverdale SDCC predictions, but I just think we'll get word on the final season, the final musical episode, and maybe some announcements of returning characters for the series finale. Hopefully they roll back in FP Jones, because of course we didn't actually see FP. I'd love FP and Frank to interact. They'd probably end up fighting, because FP was really loyal to Fred and Frank just kind of jogged on, so I think they would have a bit of a fight over it. But you know, personally I hope that we get confirmation of what I really want, and that's a Riverdale TellTale game. I think that'd be awesome to watch, or to, you know, immerse yourself in. I'm gonna mow these people down, because GTA's an absolute nut job of a game. You know, I think that's mostly it for what I want to say in this stream. I don't have too much I want to say because truth is I've kind of covered everything already. I am going to be doing a stream predictions for Marvel Studios as an announcement, and then that'll probably be it. I'm not going to talk about DC because I think they're doing DC Fandom again. But yeah, that will be relatively it for massive predictions based videos on San Diego Comic Con 2022. Thank you so much for checking in on the stream, to those who did. Comment below what your predictions are. Don't forget to like, comment, all that jazz. See you guys soon, and peace out. Bye bye.